All right, everyone, welcome to the final 9 holes of Jim Palmeri's 50th American Flying Disc Open, the longest running disc golf tournament in the world, just outside of Rochester, New York, at the Parma Town Park Disc Golf Course. I'm your host, Nate Perkins, here with touring professional Randon Latta. Randon, your boy Ezra, he's got 3 strokes over Matty O.
Yeah, this is so exciting. This event has so much history, and I believe it's the first time the Pro Tour has ever come to this area, and we're really excited to see the conclusion of this Final 9, Round 3, Sunday afternoon, Championship Sunday. Someone's going to be crowned a winner, and 9 more holes to decide that. Coming into hole 10, really fun hole, 315 feet. Have this pond right in front of the basket, and even some of these trees short of that have some limbs that overhang, kind of push the ceiling down. You really want to stay under those. OB long, OB left, OB right. And you take it as you go out, so there's no drop zone, and should be an exciting first hole in this back 9.
Asking for it to sit, and it does so. Potentially putting a little bit of pressure on Ezra. He's been throwing this P Model S putter.
He said finally, he liked the angle out of his hand and the height on it, and rightfully so. That's going to put him just outside bullseye. I know he's had that disc for a little while now, and it's something he goes to quite a bit on this course. As Martin pushes those limbs above, and he's also going to find inbounds inside the circle, and it's a great shot.
Wow. Oh, and flipping up a bit too much even.
Good bid to come back there, good 50 feet out, and that angle gave you a good look at the gallery we have here on this Sunday afternoon.
Unique angle there on that 20-footer.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the counterbalance that his back foot has. I mean, that thing came up all the way up to his head. Matteo has a beautiful style of putt, really releases it high with the nose up, and Martin just a bit low there for his birdie look. He's going to wish he had that one back.
Cruise control is engaged. All right, hole 11. Playing as the second hardest hole on the course, actually, just 375 feet. But take a look at how tight it really is. This tree in the middle, you have to either decide to go inside that tree or something flippy just to the left of it and try and fly your disc down this old road right here, maybe 8 feet across the whole way. Just a series of trees you have to miss. We actually saw Martin attempt backhand roller up that inside line, and I think we might see Jake Wolff go with a forehand roller.
Yeah, Mattio's been going that flippier disc on the outside line and catches a tree. And Ezra's been going F1 here on this hole. Very trusty fairway that he relies on, and just barely nicks something. It's going to put him on the left side in the rough. This hole is just very challenging. That gap you initially want to hit is maybe a good 100 feet off the tee, so a lot can happen from the tee pad to those trees.
And we're getting back to the ground here on this approach. Another forehand roller. A long bid for the par. He just clapped his disc back into a hyzer.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
I mean, it sounded like it. The second he clapped, that thing started to straighten out and put himself in circle one.
He just put some New Orleans voodoo on that little approach there.
I need to ask him about a little bit of that magic. It would help on holes like this.
Oh, is that left knee bothering him right there?
It could be.
He was grimacing.
Yeah. Man, that was a heck of a bid from back there. Hole 11 actually having a higher bogey percentage than par percentage. So it just goes to show how difficult it is if you don't get off the tee cleanly. Jake not off to the start he wanted on this back nine, but he's a fighter. I know he's going to bring some stuff around here on the back, and Mattio cleaning up a great par there. Hole 12 kind of parallels the fairway on 11, coming back up 345 feet. A couple trees here on the right and left that you want to navigate through if you're throwing the backhand. There's a sidearm gap on the left. That off the tee is a little more open, but towards the basket it's a bit more pinched, so you have to make a decision on what you'd like to do. And regardless of what shot you throw off the tee, no one's going to avoid these trees by the green. Can be a detriment or really helpful. So we saw a couple shots in the previous rounds kind of get helped and slow them down. Mattio's been going to this sidearm here, and
he likes it.
Quite a bit of luck, and how can you not like that?
Wow. Ride inside 20 feet there. FX2 here for Ezra. Hits the gap, looks a little overturned, and it is.
I think that's a common mistake. You really want to turn something over through that gap initially and just hope it fights out in time to skip back and give yourself a birdie look.
Deja vu.
Yeah, you can say that again. Let's hope he navigates this upshot a little better this time.
Smooth hyzer flip there from Wolff, and gets a late tree, kicks him out. Pin high, maybe 42 feet.
Hear the howls from the crowd. They love Jake. He's a very outgoing personality, and
And he's going forehand roller again.
Oh, deja vu, Nate.
This is eerily similar to yesterday. I mean,
okay, now he's taking a play out of Jake's book. Man, this hole just has so many trees on it. It's so easy to get caught up early and be scrambling. So Ezra almost throws one in from the fairway.
for the single bogey. And Martin's going to go back-to-back doubles here on 12. That stings.
Matteo going to pick one up on the leader. Going to 7 down for the round, matching Ezra. There it is, a par from Ezra. Yeah, I find it sometimes it's tough to correct off a mistake you had the day before. It's kind of the last thing you did on that hole, so it's fresh in your mind and hard to see Martin do that again today. After 12 holes, Matteo and Ezra tied up for the round, but Ezra still has a 2-stroke lead. See Connor Rock off to a good start, 6 down through 12.
So the slammer, it doesn't fly as far as the harp, but that's exactly what I designed it for. It was designed for me to be able to throw hard with the real severe angles, a lot of flex shots, and it's a unique spot in the bag. So that's why I think it's becoming so popular.
All right, 13. Only par 5 here at Palmertown. Players really get to open up off the tee. And then they just have to throw a little setup shot right around this willow tree right here. Try and not go too deep or you'll pinch your angle. And then you're left with a bunch of small trees to navigate on your way to this pin that is up on this little baby mound. And we have still yet to see an eagle. I think Ezra was actually the closest after 2 shots yesterday, and he was right at 80 feet. A little bit of headwind in their face right now.
No! Hit it! Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Matteo had that one high and moving left, which is kind of the miss. There is OB down the right side, but gets a fortunate kick, puts him right back in the middle of the fairway. Ezra is not holding back on this tee shot. It's a nice flex with something stable and gonna keep himself right in the middle of the fairway.
Get out of it.
Little too flippy there. Cuts out, but doesn't really bite off too much distance. Martin not quite getting that one up to speed, and it fades out early. All right, Matteo kind of out of position here. Needs a little over 400 to get around the willow. Did you ever go in there and practice, or during any of the rounds? How thick is it really?
I was fortunate to stay out of the left side rough, but I did hit the willow a few times and leave me short of the gap, which is a very technical, tough shot. I mean, you're left with a sidearm flex, maybe a backhand roller if you're Martin, and you really hope to get past that tree and set up for your third shot, because it's very tough if you don't do that. I saw a few guys yesterday on coverage go on that left side and be able to pitch out with a sidearm, but kind of just eats a stroke away and maybe takes birdie out of play.
Gets the skip out of the thick grass. He's in good position. Our volunteer likes it. All right.
Yes!
One small gap. He feeds it through.
No way.
That's out of guttural. Yes.
That's incredible.
Whoa.
And to even get yourself in a chance from that position to make a birdie putt, you've thrown a really good shot. Jake rolls that one over a little bit, but looks like he's going to have himself a putt just outside the circle. Hole 13 playing is one of the easier holes on the course, just under par, and
I love that toss that Ezra has. Just right in between his putting stroke and a little throw.
yeah, it really does look like he's just playing catch. Oh, Martin. That was incredible.
Jake Wolff's rubbing off on these guys, man.
There he is. Long putt from downtown. A great birdie.
That is such a quality up and down. That little tiny gap that he fed that through. Circle 2 putt, man, his heart is in this.
Yeah, he was never even quite in position to get a birdie. His drive was a bit short. Second shot was on the left and fought his whole way through it. Martin, after a great upshot, is going to tap in his par, and Ezra to get another birdie and keep him at 8 down for the round. I mean, these guys are on fire right now. 8 down through 13. Some of the better pace we've seen. So we come to hole 14. It's a par 4, 520 feet. It's a bit shorter than some of the other ones. Want to get out this gap cleanly. There's some low-hanging branches. Kind of opens up with OB on the left-hand side that also wraps behind the basket. And this has a very interesting and cool green. It's just past this hill on the right-hand side, so could really see some rollers get up into eagle territory, and it makes the upshots, if you don't get out of that gap, very interesting. One of the more fun par 4s on the course, I'd say.
A tiny bit too much angle, catches the last pine, and it drops him straight down. He's going to have a tricky forehand from there.
Nate, do you know what Ezra's throwing here?
Yeah, he's going to H7.
H7. It has to be a flippy disc. I think he's been going roller all week.
Yeah, cracks this one just past flat.
Oh, this has the angle.
Little too much cut. Curling back, that's over the hill.
That's incredible.
It's the dream roller.
I mean, that thing was moving. I can't believe it slowed down in time.
Oh no.
Oh, Jake just sawing the forehand off a little bit. It's really what you got to do if you're throwing the forehand. You want to hug those trees on the right, get it to stand up and get out of this gap, and just unfortunately catches one of those trees.
Martin setting himself up for that putter roller. Tree stops him.
Wow.
And he parks it. It's going to be a par.
I think bounced 20, 30 feet off that tree. It was moving so fast.
Go.
And that's a big moment in the round right there with Ezra inside 20 feet for eagle right there. Mattio's still up on the hill after 2.
That's such an incredible shot Martin can pull off. Downhill roller, puts on a great angle to let it get over top of itself quickly and give himself a chance for birdie. Look at this angle, Nate.
Oh, this battle is becoming unforgettable.
I'm in shock.
Was that 50 feet? Like, I don't even think he could see the chains.
Oh, Martin just missing a bit right. And Ezra, this is what he has left after his drive. He's stoked. I believe only the second eagle of the weekend, but in probably the highest pressure situation he's ever been in. Coming down the stretch here at this Silver Series.
And that pushes the lead back to 3 with just 4 holes to go.
Yeah, that was an incredible putt by Matteo after seeming to be out of position. Capitalizes on having a chance to make a putt.
All right, hole 15, par 4, just 600 feet. Don't need a ton of distance here. A lot of little gaps to choose from. We've seen people go wide hyzer. We've seen Ezra and Matteo just kind of send it up the middle, pick one of those skinny gaps that's a little to the right of where the drone is flying. Difficulty here is getting one to stick up on this pretty severe slope that the basket sets up on. OB does kind of pinch in around this hill here, and it wraps just 25 feet around the bucket. This is that D1, that flippy driver. Oh, just a little kiss off the branch.
Wow. Pushes the ceiling, and that is way up there. He's nearly pin high.
That forehand roller is huge.
Wow, after taking a few unfortunate bounces, it still rolled into a really good position. Kind of teetering on that OB line on the right side the whole time.
Oh, what a mean reaction. That's going to roll all the way OB. Come on.
Man, yeah, he really had to lay that down and give it a chance. He was a solid 420 feet away from the basket or so, and just an unfortunate kick. Smadio also going with the backhand roller. Gonna put him at the base of the hill with a chance. If you don't get out of these trees here in the middle, get out to that open field that we saw Ezra get to, it really makes it tough. There's a few branches, and when you're trying to get up that hill, it's hard to do.
Still not to Ezra's drive. Oh, and look at this. Another crafty roller from Martin. Putter up the hill. Gets her to stick.
Oh, he is so good at that type of shot. Ezra just has a straight to hyzer putter left, and not bad. He leaves it a bit short.
Yeah, still 20 feet or so. Pretty steep putt, too.
Forehand roller, forehand, 60-foot jump putt almost makes it a pretty interesting way to play the hole.
Big moment right here. How deep is this man's well? Oh, no. Just how much that putt meant to him, and just how close it seemed to be. Just one nub to get by.
Oh, and Ezra gonna come up a bit short, and honestly fortunate that didn't catch edge and roll further.
Well, with Ezra missing that 20-footer right there, it's certainly not over. He's got 3 with 3 to play, and he has 2 island holes and the hardest hole in the course coming up.
Yeah, this race is certainly not over. Lots of opportunities left. So we see the leaderboard after 15. Connor Rock pushing himself all the way up into 3rd place. 9 under so far. Martin falling back a little bit, but we're on 16, 265-foot par 3. Place as an island. You want to get over this creek, over this little rock wall that's a few feet off the OB line. Have a few trees on either side of the basket to help slow you down. The hole does play slightly downhill. I know for some of the earlier cars today, the wind was kind of coming left to right, which doesn't affect it too much, but can get in your head. So excited to see how these guys manage on this hole.
We saw Ezra go deep yesterday. Only bogey on his 10 under effort.
Going with that same P Model S.
I think it might have checked up either way, but definitely get some love off that tree. He didn't love it, but just enough to get by that brick wall right there. Jake went tomahawk yesterday, hit the trees on the left. Looks like he's going thumber today.
Yeah, this drop zone playing about 80 feet or so, and makes it really challenging to save a par from this distance.
Yeah, and with that miss, that kind of eliminates Jake from a podium finish there. Pretty much locks in Connor Rock for that third place.
Ezra's going to move to 11 down on the round. Just absolutely on fire today. He, man, came to play.
All right, short little creek cruise over to the tee pad of 17. Typically, we have a long backup on this hole. It wasn't so bad on this final round. Definitely a demanding shape here. If you even want to consider birdieing, you have to make it to the end of this tunnel to that dog leg, which starts at about 360 feet. Then you have another pretty straight tunnel, about 300 feet, dead straight. A lot of trees in the way. One final tree here that likes to block a lot of shots from parking the hole. Ezra going with that F1. He piped this one yesterday.
Yeah, this looks phenomenal. Get some late turn out of it and started fading back.
Just so much confidence in that man right now.
Mattio's going to come up well short of that dog leg, and that's going to be a really tough position to even fathom a birdie look.
All right, Tomahawk kind of shapes up well for that and getting the forward roll. He birdied it yesterday going tomahawk roller.
Yeah, and this hole just so demanding if you don't stay in the middle of the fairway. See Martin trying to get a roller over this cut in half tree and just clipping an edge of it. Big shot by Mattio here.
Had the angle, just started it a little too wide.
And you have to feel if you're Mattio, you just realize opportunities are slowly fading away, and there's only so much you can do when someone like Ezra is shooting as hot as he is today.
Forehand roller.
Look at that.
And how many gaps did that just feed through? You're going to have another look at a birdie here. Okay, that's clean. That'll give him a chance at par. The positioning on that drive. You wouldn't even place your disc in a better spot.
No, you couldn't. And that upshot just a bit turned over. You can tell he's got some adrenaline flowing. Oh, no. That was incredible, Nate.
This is just such a great day for the game. The Matty O. Robinson battle. That takes him to 12.
You can't stop him. I mean, that was all of 45 feet after throwing the perfect drive.
And he had to kind of pop it out on Annie even to get around that tree.
And he didn't even need to make that.
You're right.
Oh, Jake. Following suit.
And that's back-to-back birdies for Wolff. Hardest hole on the track.
Tomahawk, forehand roller, long putt. That's how this hole's played.
One more.
All right, here we are. Final hole, Randon. Quite the treat this historic tournament has been for all the people that chose to commit themselves just a few days before World starts. I don't think anyone is regretting the decision from what I've been hearing amongst the players.
Yeah, this event has gone super smoothly. The staff has been more than incredible. They've worked overnight basically to keep the course looking good, and really cool finishing hole here. Plays as an island. Need to get it in bounds.
Ezra has not missed yet with this P Model S. It was left, but it didn't go.
Yeah, he's going to get through all of them in inside circle one.
Oh, nearly rolls in the creek.
Wow. That was all the way up there on the flat too, and just caught edge again on the last second.
Gotta say, there's really no player that chooses to play the way Jake Wolff does. Double checking things with his caddy there.
Yeah, maybe taking a little time out just to make sure everyone's on board with what's going on here. I wonder with the speed that was coming in if he was. Oh, is that Jim?
That was Jim Palmeri looking like he's checking his shin after that disc bounced off of him. Whoa.
I wonder if Matteo was trying to ring that one up with the speed that came in with.
Martin Hendel is actually going to have to sink this putt if he wants to stay inside the top 10. Unfortunate bogey to finish Matt's round, and what a performance from him though. He pushed Ezra the entire way.
Oh, man. Yeah, this has been some of the most exciting final round coverage I've watched in a long time. Both these guys wanted it deeply. As we see Jake cleaning up his par. Great performance. I think it's going to leave him in solo fourth. Not a bad tournament for himself. And Ezra has this left to shoot. Course record 13 under. Final round. Incredible. Incredible. Coming in the event, he knew him and Matteo were some of the highest rated players after some of the players were dropping out due to Worlds, and I know he had some pressure on his shoulders, but he stayed steady for the first 2 days, and this last day performance unofficially rated 1092, his highest rated round of his career. Very exciting win for Ezra, and his first A-tier win ever, his first DGPT event win. He takes a little bath. He gets to celebrate this moment.
We want to congratulate a wet MPO champion of Jim Palmeri's 50th American Flying Disc Open with the trophy presented by Jim Palmeri to Ezra Robinson.
What a cool moment. Being handed the trophy by Jim. 50th annual American Flying Disc Open. I believe that's a steering wheel off a Datsun. Kind of commemorate the very first award they got.
I just want to say thank you for you all coming, playing here in Rochester. We have fun playing disc golf in Rochester, and the more people that come and play, the more fun we have. Thank you.
Historic weekend and an unforgettable performance from the young Ezra Robinson, just 21 years old. His momentum has certainly been building over the past few months, and he's really cementing himself as a formidable opponent as we head into the big show in Vermont. The tournament actually starts on Wednesday, Randon, so it's a 6-hour drive. You've got late Monday and all day Tuesday to practice, and then it begins. But man, thanks so much for joining me here on this Central Coast disc golf coverage. Guys, go give Randon a follow on his Instagram at randon.lada.dg. Give him a shout. I'm Perks of Disc Golf. Leave these guys a comment. Subscribe to Central Coast. Let them know how much you appreciate them bringing you this free coverage of the Silver Series events all season long. We'll see you next week in Vermont.